we are live. Let me hide the volume mixer then. Yes. There we go. Hey everyone. Oh, I need to sort my camera out. And put these in white instead of in black. Ciao. I need to make myself appear, which I can do by doing that and then that. Ciao. I'm here. Hello. Hello, gamers. So, we met after originally this was going to be a shiny hunting stream, but we did it on Friday, and I'm not ready to do more shiny hunting yet. So we're going to do a bit of attempting to get this Nuzlocke working today. I'm just going to sort of do stuff in the background whilst we... Oh! Okay. Is it already given up? Oh my god. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. I've changed the bit of kit that we're using, and I'm hoping that'll fix our problems. It does potentially mean the game at the start it'll be a bit slower because, as you can see, speed up Speed up messes up everything. So I'm just not going to use speed up unless something is taking years, because this happens. Oh my god. This is slightly ridiculous. Okay, so I've shoved the basic Nuzlocke rules above my head for if anyone's never done Nuzlocke before. There's also some other rules that we'll get into when they turn up, but they're like incredibly specific rules that only really matter for like very specific situations that probably won't come up. So like, if we find a shiny, we can catch it. That won't happen, but we can. I haven't decided if I'm gonna use legendaries yet. Oh, I forgot to check what my trainer card is. So I guess we're gonna do this by a random number, a number randomizer then. Random number 1 to 9. It's given us 5. So and I'll show that on screen as well, just so you can see that. There we go. It gave me 5. So we're going to be going with the middle one, which is Chikorita again. Which, as I said when we tried last time, probably the worst of them. But as it's night, oh yeah, we have to nickname everyone. So this is going to be, he is going to be called Henry. I don't know how much we're going to be using Henry, because realistically, we're going to want to be using Pokemon which aren't going to be destroyed by bugs and flying types, which are the first 2 gyms we have to fight are both super effective against grass types, which sucks for us. Realistically, this means we're probably going to be using a Rattata, a Pidgey or a Hoot or a Spearow. If we get lucky, a Geodude. That's the ideal. Is we get a Geodude from Dark Cave, I think is what it's called. If we can do that, then that's ideal for us, because then we've got a super effective Pokemon for the first 2 gyms, and one that resists Whitney's attacks as well. And if we can get that, then we should be sorted. Because last time, not only was the game breaking constantly, which I'm not sure if that was a no dollar GBA issue or a Heartgold issue, but yeah, we also got completely wrecked by the first gym trainer, which was not what we wanted to happen. So what we're gonna do is save here, because I don't know how unstable this is gonna be. I was wondering why there was an empty row there, but it's because the Pokédex doesn't exist yet. But that's fine. I enjoy Gen 4, specifically Heartgold and Soul Silver. I'm not a big Sinnoh fan. I've mentioned this before. But it's so slow. It's so ridiculously slow. And I think that's one thing that they really improved in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. That's the only thing they improved pretty much. Everything else is just not as good as the originals as far as I'm aware. Like, it's a generally faster experience, but not one that is better. Okay, here we go. I'm going to train up Henry a bit here. None of the encounters count until we get Pokeballs. Otherwise it's a bit pointless. The more levels we can get Henry on the way up to Pistol Pokemon, the better, because I'm not going to be, as soon as we catch another Pokemon, I'm not using Henry again. So, well, for a good long while. And it'll be really useful just having Henry strong enough that he'll work as a backup if we get fucked like we did last time. Realistically, I'd quite like a Hoot Hoot and a Rattata from these first two routes. If we can get those, that's the dream. Because Hoot Hoot is quite strong. Of all the flying types, I think Hoot Hoot is the best. Hoot Hoot also learns, when it evolves into Noctowl, learns, I think, extra sensory or something like that, which is extremely good for just in general. Oh god, I wish we got Cyndaquil Toadstool. They would have both been better. How are the levels for yous? I will check that quickly. What are the levels looking like? Oh, it's still muted. I'm an idiot. Let's mute that. Put that on. And then we're going to sit here for a minute, just sort of going. And in 2 minutes, I will check. You have game audio now, which is what I meant to check the whole time. So we'll see. If it's completely fucked, just let me know. I will check in a sec, but obviously. My level's not necessarily the same as levels you're getting. So I'll try and balance it the best I can, but if they be fucked, we will sort them. Pokemon early games are just so slow. Like, in general, they're slow, but especially in this generation when everything takes 10 years. I'm tempted to turn off battle animations just so we can power through this part of the game, and then I'll turn them back on later, but I will forget to turn them back on, so. Okay, let me check quickly how the sound's looking. Like, in general, they're slow, but especially in this generation when everything takes 10 years. Sounds fine to me. So we can... Oh, also I haven't mentioned, but if this turns out to be fucked as well, or we get bored or whatever, then we'll play some GeoGuessr, I think. We haven't played GeoGuessr in a wee bit, and I was watching someone streaming it the other day, and it was a fun thing to watch. I enjoyed GeoGuessr. Also, I need to make the most of it, because I've paid for a fucking GeoGuessr subscription, which... The fact that GeoGuessr costs money now is slightly ridiculous. I would have taken advertising on the site over a paid subscription because, yeah, it was a thing that me and my friends played when we had, like, free time on the computer at school, or when we wanted to kill time in a free period in sixth form, and like, if you had to pay for it, what's the point? I get there are people who play it like outside of those contexts, but that is where in my head I associate GeoGuessr with sort of most from earlier in life, and it feels like a real shame just GeoGuessr no longer being something which is like that. Okay, we'll fight one more Pokemon on this route and then we'll head into town, do that man's tutorial, and then we will head on up, get the Pokedex as quickly as possible. We're beating Faulkner today. Unless everything falls to complete shit. And unless like the emulator stops running or something like that, we are beating at least the first gen today. I'm only going to stream till 11 because tomorrow is the first day of the uni semester again. My final semester of undergrad, and I need to get up early. Want to try and maybe go, depending on what the weather looks like, I might go for a run in the morning, or just do other exercise. And then also, I meant to do a bunch of uni work today, but that didn't happen. I woke up like 11 today, and like went to make lunch for myself, and like I ate lunch, didn't even finish it, and then just like fell asleep again, which was not what I wanted particularly, but hey ho, it happens sometimes, and there's not really much you can do about it. I just must have been exhausted, and this is like the last rest day, so I'm not particularly complaining. We can't buy Pokeballs at this point, can we? I don't think we can buy Pokeballs. I'm just thinking if we can, then we should buy some and start the challenge now, because then it's more XP for whatever other Pokemon it is. I'm really, really hoping with Legends Arceus that they don't tutorialize us too much. I know it's going to be different and we will need some degree of tutorializing, but in an ideal world, we won't have to be tutorialized like this again, or like to this extent, and that's one of my big problems with Pokemon in its current form, is it is so patronizing. It's at its worst in Sun and Moon, and Sword and Shield are also pretty bad for it. Oh, we should go heal, shouldn't we? I forgot to go heal. Oh, it's windy again. Yeah, we should go heal before we head off up, because I don't want... If we have to restart if the run dies here. Oh, I need to work out what we're naming the rival. I'm very uncreative when it comes to naming. Like, I love writing a lot, but naming characters and naming places are always the bits that can take me so long, because there's just something that I find really difficult about it. I don't know what exactly it is, but yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. I'm still so happy over like the shiny stream on Friday. I honestly expected it was going to be like weeks and weeks and weeks of shiny hunting before we would find like a single shiny Bidoof. So to get two in like probably on that like 2 hour stream, we were only shiny hunting for like maybe an hour of it. The rest we were doing other shit. So like, yeah, I'm so glad that we've got it. I'm thinking if we're going to do more shiny hunting in that same game, then we will... I'm not sure what next. Maybe Mareep? Or something like that. I can't think of exactly what I want to hunt, because I'm not sure everything that's available, but ideally something that's not too difficult, that we can get on one of the early routes. Also, if I want it really to be something that looks different, shiny. A problem with a lot of the Sinnoh shinies, I think, in particular, like, we saw it when we found the shiny Bidoof, which you can find the clips of on my Twitch channel. I don't know exactly how clips work, but they are there. People watching it took clips. But yeah, like, Bidoof's shiny is like a very, 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 like, slightly more golden Bidoof, and it's barely different. And as far as I'm aware, a lot of Sinnoh shinies in particular are quite similar to that. And if we want, I'd quite like a shiny that looks a bit more like unique. So I think I need to look through the list of shinies and think through my favourite Pokemon and work out what I want. Because also, maybe a shiny I haven't got somewhere else as well, because I do have I have quite a lot of shinies from Pokemon Go. Today was a community day in Pokemon Go, I think, and it was Spiel, I think, this time, and I caught, literally the first Spiel I found was a shiny one, which was really exciting. Also, never mind, I'm not gonna do that. I was trying to click on Streamlabs, but I was looking at the mouse on here, because what I want to do is resize this slightly, because the top is cut off a little bit. A Spinarak would be a cool Pokemon to have. It would be incredibly useless for this first gym, but it would be a cool thing to have. Like, realistically, we're going to get a Ghastly from the tower. We could get a Bellsprout, but it's going to be a Ghastly. We're going to have a normal type of some kind. I desperately want a rock type from that cave. If we end up getting, like, a fucking Bellsprout from that cave like we did last time, the run may be in trouble. But, yeah. I might move this off-center slightly so that the text is not overlapping. I'm really sorry if that annoys people. I'll move it back if, like, it being slightly off-center is more annoying. Spinarak! Like, all of the nighttime Pokemon in this have always seemed, like, exciting to me, because when I played Heartgold as a child, I never played, like, at night because I wasn't allowed to. So, like, all of those Pokemon that only appear at night are, in my head, really rare and exciting because I've never got to use them. And it would be cool to use one of them, like, in last time's run, it was a Hoot that we found that we sort of started training, and that was cool. In an ideal world, I'd do this off my DS, but I know to record a DS you have to, I'm pretty sure, either hack it together yourself or send a DS off to someone who will then put a capture card into it. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I also don't have a DS on me. I've got my old DS and my old 3DS back at my parents' house, but I never brought it up because basically anything that I play on DS I could theoretically emulate. And yeah, it's just one less thing to be, like, carrying around with me. What is it my suitcase? That's the little thing in the bottom corner. Who knows? Okay, cool. So we got the Pokedex. I'm smashing through this. Is that everything, or is there something in the last corner? There must be 8 things, but I can't remember what the 8th thing is. It is kind of weird, all of these grown, elderly men giving this youth, then, like, this teenage girl. Barely even teenage. I think she's canonically, like, 10 or 11. Like, their phone number. It's fucking gross. Big nonce vibes. I'm getting big nonce vibes from this game. I will get trainers' phone numbers just because it might be useful to rematch them, but it just means a lot of, like, vaguely annoying calls. We'll also get my mum to buy stuff, because I think we can get, it might be the only way you can get some choice items, and they will be very useful going forward. Okay. So I think the first gym leader's Pokemon are between level 12 and level 14 or level 15. Oh, that's not ideal, that's not ideal, that's not ideal. If we're poisoned here, we're dead. Unless I've picked up an antidote, the run is over. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I can't remember if in this game you stop taking damage at 1 HP or if that's it. If the run is over here, that's so funny. Oh good, we got an antidote. And we got potions, so realistically I could also just time it well and just heal Henry as we walk, but that feels like a lot of effort. We would have had to do it though, but god. I might just run from Spinnerax then, because I don't want to have to... I don't want to risk losing this early on. I want to get into the game. Yeah, we can take Hoots. This was a game that I used to have. I for a long time like collected physical strategy guides for games, and I've got them for basically every Pokemon generation between Emerald and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. And I kind of on my blog I did a Nuzlocke playthrough of Black and White and then Black 2 White 2, and it is surprising how like kind of useful it can be to just have a book with you that tells you what the fuck is going on in the game. I was just thinking, like, just to check. I could, like, you can look it up on the internet. There is no there's no real reason nowadays to use printed strategy guides outside of, like, just thinking it's cool. But yeah, there is something just, like, convenient about it compared to having to constantly Google stuff and have... It is less convenient in, like, actuality, but something feels more convenient about it, is what I think I'm trying to say. I may just be saying nothing, but who knows. Checking white. Yeah. Okay. So Henry should be about level 10 by the time we catch a second Pokemon, which is ideal for us. Oh god, am I going the wrong way? There we go. Yeah, so this will get Henry up to level 9. The fight against the Cyndaquil that we're going to have to do very shortly should be... Oh, I forget that Tackle's 95 accuracy, which sucks. Yeah, we're at the point where level 4s are only doing 1 damage to us, so we don't really have anything to worry about from Cyndaquil. We will later down the line if we don't get a rock type. But it should be fine. Oh, also, I'm probably going to grind off streams for this, if there is grinding that needs to be done, because it's so slow and boring in this game. I don't know how to manipulate the game, so don't worry about me doing that or anything. Like, I know you probably can do weird manips, but I'm too stupid. I'm too dumb to work out them. We're level 9. Do we want to risk... No. No. I'm not that stupid. I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. And we'll grab this apricot. Apricot? Oh my god. Apricorn, whilst we're here. I don't know if we'll ever use them. We're not doing Pokeathlon in this run. And who knows if we'll get Kurt to make us balls. But they're always useful to have, just in case we want them. I'll collect them when I see them. Also, when we get the berry pots, I will constantly have something cooking in them, because the only items we're allowed to use in battle are held items, so having berries is potentially useful. Probably not that useful, but better than nothing. Okay, I'll save here because we've got the rival battle. This is just for if the game becomes fucked, which it could at any point in time. I know I was saying on Friday that these games have shit music, but Heartgold Soul Silver, I think this game and then Gen 5 are the only real exceptions to that, other than like the Mystery Dungeon games, which, depending on how I feel about Legends Arceus, we'll see if Legends Arceus is a game I fancy playing on stream. If it is, we'll turn our Sunday streams into Legends Arceus streams until like we, I don't know, beat the main story. But if it's the sort of game that really doesn't fit streams like once a week, then I'll just play it by myself. And maybe we'll do some post game stuff or later game stuff when we get into it. I'm definitely gonna start it on stream though. Like, either not this Friday, it's the Friday after, but yeah, either then or on the Sunday. We might do, depending on how busy I am, we might do streams every weekend. We'll see. We'll see, because I don't want to just... I was going somewhere with that. Yeah. If it's really fun, we'll play a lot of it. If it's not, we won't. That's maybe a bit too stupidly obvious, but yeah. Where I was going with this like train of thought is if we decide we don't really like it, I've also got DX Explorers, which I haven't started. No, not DX Explorers. DX Explorers doesn't exist yet. I hope it. Okay. I have a feeling DX Explorers may be announced this year. I hope it does. But it's DX Rescue Team. And I've never played the Rescue Team games. Oh. What are we naming the rival? What are we naming this little cunt? He is Mark. I don't know why he's Mark, but he's Mark. If your name is Mark, I apologize. But this is Mark. He's evil. Well, he's not evil, but he's just misguided. Okay, so we're now half an hour into playing, and we're about to catch our first Pokemon. It's slightly ridiculous it's taken us that long, but oh well. We'll be fine. Okay. So, oh my god, my fingers are starting to hurt from mashing. If this game gives me like RSI, it'll be, I think, quite funny. Hi, how are you doing today, Jebahula? Right, I'm leaving an adventure. You can save my money for me. I'm gonna let her do this because she can buy like choice items, which we might need later in the game. I think it's time to start catching Pokemon. Okay, so we have to do the catching tutorial and then the game starts. It's been half an hour and we finally get to play Nuzlocke. There's literally nothing I can do for this actually. That's good for you. Oh god, I'm so tired. I've slept all day, I don't know why I'm fucking tired. Oh. Okay, we can speed through this slightly. But now we have to see if that breaks the emulator or not. Cool. Okay. Oh. I did briefly crash it, but that's fine. We won't speed up very often. Yeah. Oh no. Speed. Game. 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 Game, you dead? Game, have I killed you? No, we're fine. Okay. I need to... This emulator doesn't have a way, as far as I can tell, of, like, capping how fast speed up is. So, maybe I should just not use it, because it seems that whenever I use it, this happens. And it just fucks us slightly. There we go. We have the Pokeballs now. It's time. Oh, the number's, like, up there. So, the things above me are the rules of this run. Because, yeah, this is a Nuzlocke run, and Nuzlocke runs have rules. Oh, let's not tab out, that fucks stuff up. Okay, we're gonna get our first Pokemon. And what is our first Pokemon gonna be? Hoot is a Hoot. Nice. Okay, I'm hoping that we don't one-shot this Hoot. Let's Razor Leaf to be safe. Oh my god. This better not be a sign for things to come. Because if it's gonna be like that the whole game, this could be tough. I can't remember if this route is 100% catch rate. If this route is 100% catch rate, then there's no point in me doing this, but... There we go. A Hoot. Hoots are going to be probably our main member of the team unless we get a Geodude or an Onix, which would be ideal. A Geodude... both of them kind of suck in the they're trade evolutions, and we can't do trade evolutions. I could download a patch which... I imagine I could download a slight hack which... This is Winnie. This is Winnie. I don't know why she's called Winnie, but she is. Okay. We're going to want to switch train Winnie. Okay, so basically a Nuzlocke is a Pokemon challenge run because Pokemon games are too easy. And just playing through the game doesn't really have any challenge to it because all Pokemon games are far too easy. So instead what we're doing is playing through essentially a hardcore mode of Pokemon that was invented many years ago in the form of a webcomic, I think. And basically, the basic rules are just, if a Pokemon faints, it dies, and you have to catch the first you can only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in an area. I've added on, well, the nicknaming every single Pokemon you find kind of became a standard of Nuzlocke, and I don't think I've ever seen or done one where you don't nickname everyone. But no items in battle is something I tend to do because with items in battle you can just make the game ridiculously easy, and that's not what we're here for. Okay, so we're going to switch train Winnie for a little bit, which means just swapping out for our other Pokemon so she gets some XP too. Razor Leaf. And then we'll probably get Winnie up to the level where she can fight for herself here, or on this route. And then when we get onto the next one, I can't remember what the numbers are in this, because they're a direct continuation of Kanto, aren't they? Just Hoots. So I imagine there's some Pokemon we're not going to encounter because it's nighttime. I think Pidgeys only come out in the day, for example. But we're going to get many Hoots. Which is I don't know if they give more XP or if I'm imagining that, but They give decent XP. Henry may also... No, Henry's not going to evolve before the first gem. It would be cool if he did, but that's not going to happen because we're basically going to stop using Henry as soon as Winnie is level 5. And then we'll probably be using Winnie and switch training whatever we get next, unless it's a decent level in itself. So Henry will probably stay around level 10. But yeah, we'll train Winnie up to level 4 or 5 here before we go on any further, just so we can use Winnie. And also Henry being a decent level will be like nice. Ideally Henry will survive, but if we have to, we can always sacrifice Henry. Oh my god, everything about this game feels so sluggish. Just menuing is like very, very slightly slow. I don't know if it's input lag because of the emulator or if it's a thing because of this game specifically. There we go, Henry's level 10. I think Henry... I can't remember exactly the level that starters evolve in this game, but yeah. Henry will, unless Henry dies, as my starter did in the last attempt, then we will... Do we want to hope? Yeah, let's see if... Oh, that's not ideal. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, if every attack does 4 from them, then we're doing way less. Let's just switch out. That's not worth it. I don't want Winnie dying. That's a far better Hoot than Winnie. For some reason. Not sure why. There are even other Nuzlocke rules you can play with. Like, if you want to do a really, really horrible Nuzlocke, you can do things like your Pokemon, you're not allowed more Pokemon in your party than the gym leader has, the next gym leader you're about to fight. And also your Pokemon aren't allowed to be higher level than the gym leader, which I've never done because I don't like overleveling. I try and avoid overleveling if I can, but yeah, it seems a bit too tough for me. Like, I've only made it through a couple of these runs, and especially in a game like this, where I'm not going to be grinding too much anyway, because like grinding for levels in this game is one of the least fun experiences you can have. Like, compared to the more recent games where the XP share means sort of everyone will naturally be a decent level. In this game, the XP share is the old XP share, which means that the Pokemon holding it gets like half the XP of a battle. And the level curve in this game is horribly designed. There is... The biggest issue with Heartgold and Soul Silver is, like, everything is just slightly too low level. Okay, we're going to get many antidotes so that we're safe from poison. I'll get us 4 more potions. And then spend the rest on Pokeballs. And that's all we need for now. Cool. Right. Have I been to the Pokemon? I have no memory. Yeah, we've healed. Cool. We'll save her. I'm just going to save her every so often in case the game starts going wrong. We haven't seen any of the issues that we saw with the other emulator, so we might be fine, but there's always a chance that things become fucked again. And if that's the case, then I'd like to avoid that. So this is going to be our encounter for this route 30, I think? 29? I think the starting one is 29 and this is 30. It is a Spinnerack. Okay. This ain't great, I'll be honest. So we now have 3 more encounters before the gym. We've got the next route just north of here. Then we've got the cave, and then we've got the tower. One of those is essentially guaranteed to be a ghastly. It could be any. I'm just going to throw a buggle and see what we get. One of them could be... The route above could be anything. And the cave could be one of about 3 things. 3 or 4. There we go. Spinnerack. And she is going to be called... What are we naming the spider? I'm going to name the spider Sandy. Don't know. I don't know if that's how you even spell Sandy, but that's how she's being named. And I'll go back and heal quickly just because we're gonna... I'm not bothering switch training I am not bothering switch training Sandy because she is going to die to the first gym in like a second. So I'll keep her as like essentially switch fodder for the time being, but we'll focus all our training on Winnie for now. I will save though just in case, because that's our encounter. It would be ideal if I had a sort of list of... I should be keeping a list of places and what I encounter in each of them. I'll just go back to the video if we get confused, the VODs. We shouldn't have any confusion this early in the game, but we may have some later. Okay, so we're just going to train up Winnie as we go up, and if we need to switch train, which I think we will, because just for a wee little bit, we'll keep switch training with Henry, just until Winnie's level 5 or 6. Because I don't want to lose Winnie. Oh. From this stream or from a different one? I have... How... Is your Twitch... Is that... I guess that's a thing some people do if their streams are 18+. Which... I guess it depends on what they're streaming. If it's something... Yeah. I don't know. What are they... Is it something like adult, or is it just like a random stream? When you can do this. It has a Chilean berry? What the fuck? Yeah, that's weird. Maybe they changed the rules, or I don't know. Their moderators may have been being a bit... No, I know, but like, there are certain... As a streamer, you can get in trouble potentially if you... Like, there's nothing you can do on the internet realistically to stop under 18s consuming stuff. I know I was when I was under 18 doing stuff, but like... And arbitrary age limits are kind of a bit random because, like, everyone develops at a different rate, and where someone is at when they're like 15 or when they're like whatever is not the same for everyone. But yeah, I guess it really depends on what it is they were doing, because it's probably, if a stream is over 18, it's probably for like Twitch terms of service reasons, and if they don't enforce it, they'll get in trouble. That would be my guess, but I'm not sure. No, I know, but like, there's stuff other than sexual stuff that's banned for under 18s. Like, in a lot of countries, gambling content is banned for under 18s. I didn't know them. that'll be that streamer making a decision. Yeah. I wouldn't ban people for that because, like, basically literally everyone at this point gets exposed to games like that before. I mean, I was a very sensitive child, so probably I would have, until stupidly recently, I probably would have been a bit fucked up by a Resident Evil game. Oh my god, these poison stings. But, yeah. It's always up to, like, the individual's discretion to make that decision, because, yeah, you never know. You just don't want to get in trouble. Like, if it poisons, I swear. Thank God. It's a difficult question to answer, and there's not really one easy solution to it. Yay, when he's level 5. Hypnosis is going to be incredibly useful to us. Hypnosis is going to be what gets us through. Oh, fuck. I can't remember if poison heals at 1 HP or not, but I'm not losing Winnie, because if we lose Winnie, we're fucked. Ugh. One of the things I found weirdest about the new games, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, is that they brought back all of this Pokemon Center stuff for multiplayer. I know you technically only have to use it once, then you can go to the gold one. I mean, Resident Evil is a bit different to Five Nights at Freddy's. That is mostly jump scares, and I guess there's gore in the form of stuff, but then, yeah, it's very different to Resident Evil, which is depending on the one. If it's something like Resident Evil 6 or 5, then it's nothing. But if it's something like Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 7 is a fucked game. And yeah, Resident Evil really varies in its level of horror. Like, something like, I don't think Resident Evil 4 is that bad. I really enjoy playing Resident Evil 4. But stuff like Resident Evil 7 and 8 and Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes are things that are, yeah, definitely a bit of a higher level of horror than something like Five Nights at Freddy's, or sort of horror that is very attractive to younger audiences. Because I think horror for young people can be really good. One of my favourite films of last year were the Scream Street films, which are teen horror, but they're done in a really good way. Yeah, but I know there are, like, it's not just about, like, this is what I'm saying, that it's basically impossible to make any form of distinction with age limits being a bit arbitrary. It's because everyone develops at their own rate. But there is pretty decent evidence that exposure to things like hyperviolence at a pretty young age can slightly fuck with you, which depends on the person, but yeah, it's a really difficult conversation to have about age gating, and because realistically age gating doesn't work. No, but there's Resident Evil 8 is a weird one as well, because Resident Evil 8 has some incredibly fucking scary sections, but then also is far more campy, schlocky horror than something like Resident Evil 7. Like, the Bienaviento house is genuinely fucking terrifying. But, like, you never know what someone is or isn't okay with, and when someone's over 18, it's fine giving someone that choice themselves, but when someone's under 18, they legally don't have the same responsibilities, so it's very much to do with that sort of stuff. And I know Oh, the Five Nights at Freddy games, I would argue, are not scary. Like, I was, I guess I was 14 when the first one came out, and I didn't at all find them scary, and I'm a very easily scared person. Like, I think when they came out, I beat all of them on my, like, iPad when they released on iPad, and didn't find them scary, but it's different for everyone. You never know. And whilst I wouldn't agree, I know it kind of sucks having blanket bans for, like, say, people under 18, but it is on something like Twitch especially, where it's very hard to regulate what people are seeing. It's the easier thing to do, and it's not necessarily the best thing to do, but yeah. Oh yeah, no, I imagine as a little kid it's fucking terrifying, but yeah, like, and I, both as a child and now, still find things that people far younger than me who were exposed to horror don't find scary. Like, I watched the first, last year, about a year ago, probably, or was it 2020? One of the two. I watched, Paranormal Activity for the first time. And I would argue that Paranormal Activity, the first film, is genuinely quite effective, scary found footage horror. But I know a lot of people do not find those films scary at all. But it just, I think the fact that the first of those films in particular, I haven't seen any of the others, and I know they go a bit downhill. But the first one of those films is, except for the very, very ending, all of the horror is incredibly mundane. I think Resident Evil may even have like a 12 rating or something. And that film genuinely terrified me, even though I was 20 when I saw it. But yeah, like, as a small child, like, children get scared of incredibly random things, and small children will be, yeah, it's a conversation that I do not feel qualified to, like, say anything definitive about, because there are people who know far more than me, who are like child psychologists and lawyers related to this stuff, who will actually know what the sort of general consensus is. And yeah, it is a really interesting discussion to have, though. And there's even other sort of aspects of it. Like, I would argue something like loot boxes and microtransactions should be barred for under 18s, and any game which has them should be to some degree restricted. A lot of people disagree with me on that. The law in a lot of countries doesn't. Like, it's in, I think, Belgium and a couple of other countries, it's any game that has microtransactions, or I'm not sure if it's all microtransactions or specifically loot boxes, are 18 plus only, because under 18s are not financially responsible. Like, they're not in a position where they can make informed, like... Yeah, no, I know you personally might not be scared, but, like, there are probably people your age who would be, or some would, and it's more to do with, fucking, like, covering yourself legally. Yeah, microtransactions are... video game monetization is fucked, if we want to have that conversation. But, yeah. Just to wrap up the age thing, everyone develops differently, and the reason why we have arbitrary age things is because, like, we don't live in a society where we have the time and resources to make individual decisions for every individual. And it might seem particularly unfair when you are under 18 or under whatever, but you're not under 18 forever, and yeah, you'll get around it if you get around it, and they were just probably protecting themselves. You don't want to get in trouble with... If Twitch gives you 3 strikes for breaking their rules, your channel gets deleted. And realistically, that's probably what they were doing, was just banning you from their chat because it's so routine, because they want to protect themselves in case Twitch comes knocking. Under 80, yes. Only when you are 80 years of age are you truly developed. And then you get to play the fun games. Oh yeah, like my my accent's a bit fucked. Oh god. I remember... Hi Starshipper. My accent is incredibly fucked. And Five Nights at Freddy's cat is kind of... When it first came out... Oh my god. No. There were other things I found scary, but I think... Oh, I'm very susceptible to jump scares, so the jump scares did get me, but I think I got over them quite quickly. And once I got over them, the game kind of loses its effect a bit. And... Oh no, don't worry. Don't worry, like... I can imagine communicating in English when English isn't your first language. Well, I know it. I'm a language student, so I spend a lot of my time talking in languages which aren't my first language. And it is such a draining thing to do. Like, I study Swedish specifically, but I also speak a couple of other languages, and it's something that yeah, it's incredibly draining, and it's yeah. Winning is good. I do not know enough about Five Nights at Freddy's lore to... Oh, for fuck's sake, a Bellsprout? Seriously? Anyway, we're gonna catch this Pokemon and never use it again. But yeah, I used to know a little bit about Five Nights at Freddy's lore, but Swedish, more importantly, is if you speak English and don't have too many problems with English, it's not that difficult compared to something like German or Icelandic. Swedish has pretty simple grammar. Swedish's grammar is pretty simple. Its vocab is generally quite close to English, and if you speak something like German or French as well, then basically everything except the Old Norse stuff and the Finnish stuff will be fine. The one thing that really is difficult though learning Swedish is getting pronunciation right. I'm naming this thing useless because we're never using it. I'm naming it useless, which means it will now become the most useful Pokemon in this party. But yeah, if you want like an easy-ish language to learn, then Swedish is definitely up there with one of them. I've learnt a lot of languages, and the extent to which I can speak some of them is not great. Like, my French, my Welsh, and my Swedish are all pretty high level. My French is not as good as it used to be because I did it at A-level and haven't spoken it properly in a couple of years. We're also going to, for this encounter, switch over to Henry, just so Winnie doesn't get killed by a rock Pokemon. But yeah, I've tried learning... In second year I did Catalan, and so I speak a bit of Catalan and a bit of Spanish. I'm currently trying to learn Arabic because, yeah, I'm trying to branch out a bit. But yes, a Geodude. We are saved. This is the best possible outcome we could have had for this area, is getting a Geodude. This Geodude is going to carry us through the first gem. But yeah. I can talk for way too long about languages, so stop me if I'm getting boring. But if you're looking for a language to learn and you don't have any particular reason to learn one, like, I genuinely think Welsh is one of the most languages I've had the most fun learning. Because it's not necessarily useful in the same way that, say, learning French or Russian or Arabic or Spanish or Mandarin would be. Oh god, are you explaining Five Nights at Freddy's for? This is Roxy as well. This is a lazy name, but I'm fine. Okay, so it's a fursuit that kills you, and they're possessed. Well, that's weird. Cool, I guess. I've watched the what's his face? Nicolas Cage film that's basically a Five Nights at Freddy's ripoff, and I really, really, really enjoyed that one. Maybe slightly too much. Oh yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is the last one I played. I think I got bored of them after that point, and that's like the only animatronic in that one, isn't it? Like the weird little yellow rabbit. Oh, we're gonna have to... If I can get Roxy to a decent level here, then we'll be fine. Some of my friends were talking about the new Five Nights at Freddy's and saying it's pretty good, but I had a look and the bit they were saying was really, really scary didn't get me. Like, it was some big guy who was chasing after you. And yeah, compared to like a lot of... I'm got by a lot of horror, but it really didn't get me. Okay. We want a rock type move. I think we get rock throw probably about level 10. But also we should be fine, because no Pokemon has a... Unless someone's got a Bellsprout, which everyone in the area before the gym does, then we're fine. Because everything's like half effective against Roxy, and will... Yeah. We are good, essentially. Is what I'm trying to say in far too many words. Five Nights at Freddy's lore always seemed interesting to me, because a lot of it, at least to someone like me, seems like it was come up with like after the original game came out. Like, the original game came out, and because James Stephanie Sterling, who is a games critic and commentator, who's great, and if you haven't watched any of their videos you should, but they essentially review a lot of shit games and reviewed Scott Cawthorn's games before he made Five Nights at Freddy's, Steph described the characters, and I think it's one of the beaver ones. It was called like it was like beavers who do like wood stuff, and they described the beavers. Oh, for fuck's sake! Ah. Well, that's certainly some lore. Yeah, lore speedrun. I'll get my speedrun timer on quickly. I do have one we can put on for if I ever play any speed games. No, because the Willy's Wonderland, which is what the bootleg Five Nights at Freddy's Nicolas Cage film is called. In that one, essentially, it's a serial killer who who started a restaurant with people in suits, and they did serial killings, and then they did like a demonic sacrifice to put themselves into into the robots before they were found out, and then like the town sacrifices people to them. It's a fun film. It's not a good film, but like yeah, Nicolas Cage is really fun in it. Like him just beating animatronics to death is incredibly satisfying, and also like yeah, his character like says I think total 5 words in the film or something, and spends most of the film just grunting, and then also has like a weird erotic thing for pinball. It's so good. It's incredibly terrible, and everything about the film. It's called Willy's Wonderland, I think, or something like that. And it's not a good film, but if you want something that's just dumb and knows how to use Nicolas Cage, then it's a fun watch. I'll see if I can. Give me a second. It is this film, Willy's Wonderland. It's a blatantly bootleg Five Nights at Freddy's film. Oh no, this is the Willy's Wonderland lore. Yeah, it is haunted animatronics in like a pizzeria type thing, but it is dumb. It's incredibly stupid, and it's incredible. I really enjoyed it, but I can see why a lot of people wouldn't. Oh, now the game's going to be angry because I tabbed out. Okay. So we're going to switch Team Roxy as we go on. I'll do one more battle. So Roxy gets to level 7. And then we'll beat the first gym, and then we'll close this up with some Geogesser, I think. We're going to beat the first gym. There's no doubt about that. So this should do like 1 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage. Cool. Yeah. So the reason why this shouldn't be too bad, this first gym, so long as Roxy doesn't die to like a Bellsprout before that, is none of them have any moves that are anything but not very effective. So Roxy can just fuck them up and we'll have a nice and easy time. Especially when Roxy learns a rock move, because that'll be super effective. I think she learns Rock Throw relatively soon, and we'll get her to a level where she knows Rock Throw before the gym. And we'll also have Winnie at a decent level, because Winnie is going to have to knock out a bunch of Bellsprouts, and yeah, Winnie will be a nice backup because Winnie's got Hypnosis. Okay, level 7. This is going to be like the VS recorder or something, I think, and it's not useful at all. The VS recorder in this game is not like... Yeah, it records your Pokemon battles, so it's essentially useless for single player. This was back in the days before you could really record your console. Okay. We'll heal quickly, and then we'll go and... Oh, no, it is, but that's like kind of the point, is it's a little... They knew that the Five Nights at Freddy's film wouldn't be out for years, and they just wanted to make it, and so they snuck in there before it could come out. And it's not a good film. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Willy's Wonderland is like good, but I had a good time, and also like I think my favorite part of it is just how the animatronics are like meant to be like super powerful, and everyone who they fight or like kill like is really ominous, and then like they meet the Nicolas Cage's character, and he just like with not that much effort, just beats them to death one by one. It's so powerful. I love it. Ugh. I also find I tend to not do stuff that's incredibly lore heavy though, because that's not what particularly attracts me to games. Let's just check what moves this will have. Just Vine Whip. We're not using Roxy here. Like, I tend to... I like a good story, but I tend to not be attracted to things that have incredibly just, like, lore dumpy stuff. Or, like, where the attraction of the franchise is lore. Like, I love Bloodborne and Dark Souls, but, like, the people who are really into it for the lore... Yeah, good for them, but I'm not one of those people. Oh, I haven't checked if we're in set mode. That's another rule that I didn't write up, is we need to be in set mode, which means we can't change, like, switch Pokemon. We don't get a free switch after every knockout. No, we're in set mode, cool. There is also a fair chance with Willy's Wonderland that the people who made it, like, actually, like, they called it Willy's Wonderland because it was, like, they may have not, I would not put it past them to not know that much about Five Nights at Freddy's lore and just to have called it that because it's alliterative. Like, they may have done it to rip off the serial killer, but, like, I have a feeling they were just people who were like, let's sort of do a haunted animatronic film, because I'm pretty sure Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't necessarily original when it came to haunted animatronics being a thing. I can't think of exactly what... Oh, Duolingo was yelling at me. I can't remember exactly what it is that came before, but it's definitely not the first thing to do haunted animatronics. Like, so many, like, creepypastas did that sort of thing back in the day when I read creepypastas. Oh, do I need to heal? Nothing is original, though. At the end of the day, I don't think something should be punished for being unoriginal or praised for being, like, original when basically everything is ripping off something else. And even the idea of something ripping off something is slightly problematic. And yeah, because you could argue that everything is essentially just copying one of about 10 stories and that no one has written anything original since the Epic of Gilgamesh. But that means that like, yeah, all stories are essentially the same 8 stories. Why no work? There we go. Now you're working. Sometimes it doesn't. It stops. It just decides to stop working. Which is a different way to the other one failing. There we go. But it's still it failing. I think it's about level 9 when we get Peck, and that's going to make our lives so much easier. I swear. I swear. This sucks. After this fight, what I will do is reload the game quickly and see if that fixes this problem. Oh god, it's so hot. It's very hot in my room. Oh, I'm going to take a jumper off. Or switch my heating off. That also would work. Oh, it's back to normal now. Let's switch my heating off quickly. Yeah, can't be bothered. I'll be fine. Okay, it's looking like it's fixed itself now, so we should be fine. I am saving after every battle just in case it decides to break. Also, we haven't had an encounter here yet, which is slightly surprising. It's probably going to be Ghastly. Okay. Ghastly is decent. I will not use Ghastly. For this gym at least. I will catch the Ghastly, but we won't use the Ghastly because it's just another thing to train up. And Ghastly is decent because Ghastly can't be hit by... Well, Ghastly can be hit by them, but... Ghastly can't be hit by a lot of Pokemon at this point in time. I think Ghastly actually can't be hit by a couple of the gym Pokemon. Ghastly. She is called Greta. There you go. I'm going back to giving them people names. They all have people names. I don't know why I do that. Hello. I think we're almost at the top of the tower now. But we're getting there, at least. Oh, Roxy getting a rock move is so good. Also, Winnie getting a flying move is going to be good as well. It's going to be nice to be able to take down these Bellsprouts in more than like 3 moves. Especially because the guy at the top of the tower has some quite strong Pokemon. Oh my god. I swear we're getting way more misses than you usually get. It's a 5% chance, but it happens way more than 5% of the time. Like... Oh. Roxy, please don't move. Yeah. Rock Polish is not what we wanted. I guess we can have a really speedy Roxy, but Rock Polish is not necessarily the rock move we wanted. I may have to look up what the learn set for her is. There we go, so Winnie's got Pack. Foresight can go. Foresight's not the worst move in the world, but it's also not useful enough to keep. Right, I'll finish this battle, then I'm going to run to the toilet. I don't have an away screen yet, I still need to make that. So now we'll see Peck does way more damage. Ka-chow. Oh, it's so windy outside still. Right, I'll save and then I'll be back in a minute. I don't know if there's any... I will make an away screen this week, but for now I'll just have to leave it on this page. I'll just mute my mic. I am back. Let's fight 100 Bellsprouts in a row. I'm also going to look up Geodude's Gen 4 learn set just so we can see when it gets a rock move. Oh, these are actually decent leveled now. Geodude Gen 4 moves. With Peck this should be quite easy, all of them should go down in 2 hits. Rock Throw is at level 11, so we should get it before the gym leader. Nice. Oh wait, that's down in Pearl. In Heartgold, Soul Silver, Rock Throw is still at level 11. Cool, nothing really changes. Okay, so these guys' teams aren't particularly better, they just have fewer. I forgot that the whole point of this is to get Flash. So yeah, Roxy's got to level up 3 more times before we get a move that we super effect against Gym Leader, but that's fine. I'll heal Winnie after this fight as well, because Winnie's going to be pretty useful in taking on the Elder here. Winnie is now, if this misses, Winnie's in crit range, which we don't want. Okay, cool. Roxy needs 2 levels now. Okay. We'll heal Winnie now, quick thing. Okay. Pot. So use the pot on Winnie. Hey my dude. Oh god, I'm so tired. Yeah, we're gonna do this, go straight to the gym, which is what we did last time. It fucked us, but we didn't have a rock type last time. And then we'll crush the gym. We're gonna utterly crush the gym. And then after that we will do a round or 2 or a little bit of country streaks on GeoGuessr. And then after that we can probably call it a night. And then now that uni stuff is back, I probably will only be streaming. Well, I might do Fridays as well, we'll see. But definitely Wednesdays and Sundays, maybe Fridays as well. I'll see how I'm feeling, what my workload is like, because I enjoy streaming a lot and it's a nice break. Finally, this is where Roxy comes in. Oh, it's got fucking hypnosis, I forgot about that. That's the one problem we're gonna have here. It's hypnosis. That's fine then. If this is gonna be horrible and nightmarish. If this does no damage, then yeah, it's easier to do this with Winnie. At least Roxy's getting XP from this. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's fine. Okay. As long as it doesn't crit, we're fine. Okay, we're cool. And crit is 8 damage, so we should, even if we didn't survive that, we'd be fine. Okay, so I think the Elder's first Pokemon is not a Geodude, is a Hoot, so we should be fine with, who's Wade? Is that the bug catcher? I only want to hear from them if it's going to be an evolution, not an evolution, a rematch, or them giving me some shit. Otherwise, there's no real point in me hearing from them. Right, let's save just into the crushes. It's been a lot more stable this time, which I'm very glad about, because I enjoy this game a lot, and I like getting to be able to play it, but it just wouldn't have been possible on the other emulator. Blah 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 blah, Pokemon rules at all. Hi Mark. Oh hi Mark. I accidentally walked into that one, didn't I? Oi oi. Okay. So what it did there was actually a decent bit of tutorializing, because you get given an escape rope over here, and the whole point of that is you're meant to use it to get out of the tower, and they get him to use an escape rope to show you use an escape rope to leave, and that's actually decent tutorializing, and that's how Pokemon should be doing tutorials realistically, not we're gonna sit and handhold you through 10 years of boring dialogue that makes you want to just stop playing and never turn the game back on. This is a Hoot Hoot. I am not gonna switch. I'm not gonna switch here, and I'm going to. Oh, that's bad. I'm gonna switch here. If we need to, we've got some fodder. I'd ideally not like to lose the fodder this early. But yeah, Roxy only takes 1 damage. We can't get that down. We can't get it to no damage. They'll always do at least 1 damage. But Roxy, it could be a bit slow, but we'll get the Hoot Hoot down. Oh. Honk, 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 honk. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is the annoying thing. Is Hoot Hoots have hypnosis. Luckily, there's not really anything that has hypnosis we have to deal with in the near future, as far as I remember. I'm just gonna power through this because there's no way it does real damage to me, and yeah. May as well. I'd rather have Roxy awake in case we need her again after this Hoot Hoot. I'm pretty sure it's just another Bellsprout, so Winnie should be fine. But I'd rather have an awake Roxy in case something goes terribly wrong than a asleep Roxy, because an asleep Roxy is no use to anyone. There we go. That was a long sleep she just took. 61 XP. I forgot how slow the XP bar is in this. Yeah, it's a Bellsprout now. So now this is a level 7 Bellsprout as well, so we're fine. We've won this battle. Swarm. Might have to open my window. This is the problem with this room. I love this room, and in general it's great because the other rooms I had in Edinburgh have been freezing at this time of year. But this room is so well insulated that outside of the winter I have to permanently have the window open so that it's cold enough for me to sleep, because otherwise it is way too hot. Okay, cool, amazing. So we're going to give him Flash here. There we go. So that's Flash. Honk, honk. You can hear. I need a quieter keyboard because you can hear my keyboard. Okay, so let's go grab the escape rope. As I said, tutorializing, which is in here, and then we can use it. Leave here, and let's go heal up and do the gym. There's nothing really else for us to do at this point in time. And once we do the first fight, probably, we'll be at the point where Roxy knows a super effective move, and this should be quite a not too hard of a fight. I could be getting this completely fucking wrong. Oh, also, I think this guy can give us some decent eggs if we wanted him to. I've never done that, but apparently it's a thing he can do. So we may use that. Because with eggs, the way that I treat them in Nuzlocke is they're an encounter on the route they hatch, not on the route we get the egg on. I know some people do it the other way, but I like to do it that way because it means I can strategize with eggs slightly and hatch them in an area where we've not got anything or will not get anything to sort of maximize our encounters. Right, gym time. We don't have to fight the trainers. I'm fighting the trainers because we need Roxy to have her fighting type move. Not fighting type. Oh, I'm so dumb sometimes. Her rock type move before this fight. There we go. So that's level 9. It's gonna peck, which only does 2 damage, which is fine. And we're gonna do a bit more than it does. It will use Leer, which probably means that it'll be doing 3 damage per hit now, but that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We're getting Rock Throw after this Spearow by the looks of it, so... The stat moves are going to be the annoying things, but they are mostly annoyances more than anything. And I don't think we have anything to worry about here, realistically. Because we've got Roxy, and Roxy's a Rock type, the Flying types essentially can do nothing to us. Here we go, Rock Throw. And we also get Mud Sport here, because Mud Sport is a useless move. Mud Sport and Water Sport, I don't think I've ever seen anyone use them outside of the AI being stupid. Okay, Roxy has Rock Throw. So Roxy should probably level up once more fighting the other trainer. And then we'll heal before Faulkner. Yo-ho! That guy did just threaten to push me and kill me, which is a bit, I don't know, maybe not what you want to be doing, but okay. So this is a level 7 Pidgey. Rock Throw, as far as I'm aware, is a physical move, not even a special move. Oh, what's the accuracy on Rock Throw? This could be the one problem we come up with. Is accuracy issues. If we're gonna have accuracy issues, then we may have to I don't know what the solution turn. Rock Throw missing a bunch. If they sand attack and sand attack and sand attack and sand attack until just Rock Throw never hits. Realistically, we've got probably 30 turns to get this to hit. But it means we'll probably have to go back and heal before this fight because we're going to have no PP. We have no power points left on Rock Throw by the time it actually hits. Because the chance of it hitting at this point is quite low. It's probably smarter for me to switch out and just do this with Hoot Hoot. But, like, at this point, it's pretty low, but it will happen. We will hit eventually, I think. And it's still only doing 1 damage. I'll try. Okay, you know what? We're going to do a quick switch to reset this. Because I think with 1 sand attack we should be fine. Or we just knock it out with winging. We're doing more damage. Let's just do that. It's less XP. Winnie gets XP either way now at this point, and you don't get like last hit XP or something. No, yeah. So that's the team. We'll heal, and then it's Faulkner time. It's funny that they just... I don't know if there's a first gym where you have to fight the trainers. I think pretty much every single one has a way to just walk past them. Oh, we have to do a cave before we get to second gym. We're not doing the second gym today. We'll do this and then we'll stop. Between here and gym 2 isn't that far, so I reckon now it could all go wrong. Still, this could all completely go to shit, but it hopefully won't. So we should be fine. And as long as we don't lose Roxy, she should be... I'm saving, this isn't so we can cheat. This is just so we can, in case it crashes. And also kind of out of reflex. Right, let's do this. Hi, Faulkner. Faulkner loves his barbs. Do, 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 do. Okay, 2 Pokemon, and his Pidgey is level 9. That's perfect. It's going to Sand Attack, which is a bit of a pain, but not the end of the world. We're going to Rock Throw here. I don't know if it will one-shot. It will one-shot. Now I think what the strat might be here for his Pidgeotto, because we're not guaranteed to kill it one-shot, and we're not even guaranteed to hit. I don't know if it has Sand Attack. Let's just do one Rock Throw and see. It does have Gust, which is a bit scarier, but not that much scarier. Okay, we hit. Cool. And that does just over half. It's going to start roosting now. So what we want to do, I think, is switch out to Winnie and put it to sleep. And then switch, once it's asleep, we'll switch back. And then, because it's asleep, it can't heal, we win the fight. At least that's how this fight looks in my head. That could also happen. But it's just roosting, so we should be fine. Or we miss twice. Missing twice is also an option. Let's just growl them. Because growl will reduce the damage that tackle does. Oh no. Winnie, 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 no. Cool. And then back into Roxy. It might even be worth doing something like rock polishing here. Yeah, that's 2 damage. If we defense curl once or twice, Gust is a special attack so that we're not impacting Gust's damage, which may be the bigger problem. But there we go. Let's just Rock Throw. We basically need to just outlast it at this point in time. Okay, that was a nice hit. And it's gusting, it's not roosting. If we hit, we've won. Okay, we've won that fight. Cool. That's the first gym over. We did it. We beat Faulkner with relatively ease. So we're gonna stop here and we'll play a tiny bit of Geoguessr, I think, before calling it a night. So we don't have to do exactly 2 hours, but I'm feeling some Geoguessr. Well, yeah. We have the Zephyr badge, Sapphire, Zephyr. I'm not sure exactly. And then that's Roost, I think, which who might learn? If Winnie can learn that, then it's probably worth teaching her that. Okay. Let's just save and stop here. And we'll switch to Big Me. You can see how horrible I'm looking today. I have not been doing anything too exciting today, so... Okay, that's shut now. And now we will... I'll just get Geoguessr open. Okay, so the delay isn't too bad at the moment. It's probably like 30 seconds maybe. And then we're just going to go into normal screen capture. Here we are. I think I want to move my... Okay, I can't move myself down that. I need to very quickly put myself back on focus assist, which means we won't get notifications. And where's streaks? We're going to do some streaks, just a couple of streaks. Also, like, in an ideal world, we'll be able to just keep going up and up and up. And we'll see. Okay, so not much here. They're driving on the right, so it's not it's not Britain. We know that much. We just have to go down the road and hope we see something useful. It's an EU country based on that. My first reflex is Sweden or Finland. Is what I'm feeling. It's Nordic vibes, but it could also be Eastern Europe. This like forested area doesn't really tell us anything. We need a road sign. Ideally. Which could be a bit of moving. We're in Finland. No. That's Swedish. We're in Sweden. We were in Åland, which is Swedish-speaking Finland. How dare it punish me like that? This is the one problem with a lot of my guesses are language-based guesses usually, because that's what I know. I like if it comes down to something like that, and I should have assumed that. Okay. So that is. Wait, no, that's just scribbled out. That means nothing. I think. Wait, it could also be. No, it's just scribbles. Tama. I can't read that properly. I'm getting Spain vibes from this immediately. It could also be Italy, mate. Oh wait, was that Russian? Was that Cyrillic I just saw? Okay. What's Cyrillic speaking country? This could be Greece. Wait, let's just see those signs quickly. Tunnel. Okay. I'm not sure where we are. And that's the end of this way. So we need to go this way. Is Emmy Macedonia? What? I think Emmy is Macedonia, but it could also be Montenegro. It's one of the two. I'm gonna go... It's one of these two, I'm pretty sure. Let's just go on for a little bit. This is the problem in Europe, is seeing an EU car isn't necessarily particularly helpful because a lot of people drive around outside of their countries. And yeah. This is the other problem we're getting. Both of them use Cyrillic and Latin. So seeing the Cyrillic doesn't really help us. Neither is in the EU, so Spodska Kladonica, city taxi. Is there a city down here? Because if we're about to come across a city, that would be pretty helpful. I don't know why we're on a road that is essentially owned by a sportswear company, as far as I can tell. But if we knew country calling codes, that car would be useful. It looks like we're coming onto a settlement of some kind down here. Well, there is a sign there. Hotel Comovi. I think we just have to guess, and I think this is Montenegro. We are right. Near some place. I was going off it being slightly more touristy. Okay, we're driving on the left by the looks of it. Oh no, we could be going backwards. Never mind. If we're driving on the left, this is Britain, but it doesn't have particularly... The vibes aren't Anglo enough. No. Lots of bikes. Well, a bike. These buildings are giving me very... Oh, I should have changed the game over to GeoGuessr as well, shouldn't I? Not... Let me just... GeoGuessr, explore the world. Just GeoGuessr. There we go. I won't change the title because why? This could be Scandinavian. I'm getting slight Scandi vibes from this. This is the problem with my GeoGuessr. It is very vibe based, and that isn't necessarily how you do it. Tukkalontai. That could be Finland. This could be Finland again. Let's go over onto this main-ish looking road. If these are long... Oh. But the thing is, it could be Estonia as well as a problem. Yeah. Looking... This is Finnish... Lähikupta Pikupatsi. This could also be Estonian as the one problem. Like, it's one of the two. But we don't necessarily know which. Realistically, it's more likely to be Finnish. But it could be either. I'm getting slightly more sort of Nordic vibes from it, but some of those sort of very square buildings were giving me big Soviet vibes. But yeah, I'm getting pretty big Nordic vibes from this. If we can get out of town, we might get some road signs to a major city. Vantoinen. And if we can get something that sort of tells us that Helsinki's somewhere, or that Tallinn is somewhere, or somewhere that isn't even the capital city also works. Kasinkatu. This is the problem, like, language sometimes good enough, but it's not necessarily enough on its own. I also don't know if I'm going in circles, or if this is helpful. I want out of this town. Is our main goal at the moment. I think this should get us out. Or not. I thought that would get us out, but it doesn't look like... It looks like I've got us onto someone's driveway. Let's go back to the start. And go this way instead. Oh god, we are stuck in some hell world. This could be anywhere. Well, not anywhere. This could be Finland or Estonia. Let's go down this way. This might be the way out. Yeah, these sort of... I don't know if they're particularly Soviet, though. They look too modern, almost, to be Soviet. Or, Soviet era. I think this might be the way out. This feels like it would take us out of the town. And once we're out of the town... we might get some writing that will help us. I speak about 10 words of Finnish. Or know about 10 words of Finnish. I think the umlauts are... I can't remember if the umlauts also only exist in Finnish or if they exist in Estonia as well. Let's zoom in on some cities quick. Yeah, there's an O umlaut. So the umlauts only also exist in Finnish, so or in Estonian. So that's not particularly helping us. Is this a dead end? This is a dead end. We just need one thing that tells us, oh, you're in Estonia, oh, you're in Finland. And I think something that tells us place names outside of this city would be cool. I think this has to be the way out. This looks like a mainish road. Ooh. Half of that is censored, which is not helpful for us at all. This the out? We are stuck in some kind of hell environment. It's lovely, but it's also just a maze. Okay, that's a bus stop. Which means this must be the way out. All we need is some road signs that are like, this city is this way, this city is this way. The fact that they are slightly longer is giving me sort of more Finland vibes. Fuck it. Yeah, Finland. We're in the little old town of Patola. Next round. Oh, this could be anywhere. This could be just about anywhere. We're driving on the right side of the road, which means we're not in Australia, and we're not in South Africa. That's they're eliminated immediately. I'm just gonna power along the road until we see something that's anything. I think there might be one or two other countries in Southern Africa that also drive on the left. I can't remember if it's just South Africa or if one or two others do as well. This could be Spain as the thing as well. I can't see EU number plates, so I'm thinking no for Spain. It doesn't look very American to me based on those number plates, and yeah. Wait. No, it doesn't look EU. It's not an EU number plate, is it? Oh, why can't we just get plonked in a city? I'm going to say that I'm going to get put in a city and I'll choose the wrong city. I know it likes to put me in Vienna. It does that quite a lot. I'm just going to click a bunch to get us down the road slightly. Okay, that is less far than this is. Oh wait, there was a truck with some... Is that Greek? No. It's not Greek. That is... Is that... It's not Arabic. It's not like weird printed Arabic. What is that thing? That creature? Wait, was that Hebrew? Was that Hebrew we just saw? Because if that was Hebrew, then I guess we're in Israel. We could be in Israel right now. Because it doesn't... Even if you're in the West Bank, it decides that it just ignores you. There are ones of the West Bank, but it does not. It pretends they don't exist. Yeah, it doesn't look like... There could be a little blue line there, but I don't think there is. Kleiner... Or K-Liner Turkon. I don't think we're in Turkey. is the thing. But this is the problem with trucks, is they could have come from anywhere and they could be going to anywhere. So I don't think they're a particularly great indicator of where we are. If you have any ideas, feel free to chime in chat. You may know way more about where we are in the world than me. We could be in Greece for all I know. Oh my god, it's never ending. We're just... Israel is my current guess, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it looks like Hebrew. Is there any Hebrew writing on here we can see? No. That's not particularly helpful. I think we are in Israel. Good old Scania. That's got Chinese or Japanese on it. But that's fine. That's just because it's been exported from there. I don't think that this is somehow China. We could somehow be in, like, that part of the world. But I'm not getting that vibe, particularly from anything we're seeing. Oh, road sign. Yeah, we're in Israel. That's got Arabic, Latin, Hebrew. Up there near the Mont Caramel National Park. Mimo dopravni obstrushi. Is this Romania-ish? This could be Poland, Romania, Moldova, is what I'm thinking so far. That was a speedy move. Pozor. HZS as ZZS. Okay, the little hat on the C is something we've encountered before and hasn't helped us. Kamenche. Zerovshny. Gotcha. Okay. So with the circumflexes on the Zs, I don't think this is Romanian. Now we get into the good old Slovenian issue, where circumflexes, it's one of these two is the thing. Does one of them have a road that's like the 132? That leads to Kamenz and Zabrens 106, 108, 102. Let's have a look at Slovakia quickly. 51, 70. It could be either one is the problem. Centrum. So it's got circumflexes on R's, S's, and E's. Let's go down this way and see if the centre of town has anything helpful at all. Potravny mini market. Okay, we're in the EU. It's EU cars. It's not enough to help us really. .cz, are we in the Czech Republic? Or Czechia? Maybe we're in the Czech Republic. I'll give it a tiny bit more look in, but I think it's pretty safe to say we're in the Czech Republic. Kamenais. Let's do it. That was indeed the Czech Republic. In Pokatsi. Okay. It's giving us slightly more urban-ish ones now. Ugłazlej, is that are we in Poland? Is that a really easy Poland which we've just been given? I think I just saw L with a line through it, which means this is a nice and easy Poland. But I think it's worth having a tiny bit more of a look around because I don't want to make a mistake. Importerov towards all we're looking for is another L with a line through it, and that will tell me yes, ether. Tiski is not. Tiski is Czech, I think. I could be wrong. Yeah, we're in Poland. Cool. I'm just gonna power through them if I can work it out. I'm gonna be careful because ideally what we want to do is keep a streak going and we can come back to it whenever we want. So there's no need for us to rush. If we get to a point where we're like, we need to take a break, we need longer on this one, then we'll probably call it a day. That's this Alpin on it, but not much else. This is giving me vague south of France vibes. Alpin. But it could also be anywhere else. We haven't really seen anything that could give us a clue at this point in time. This could be Eastern Europe. This could be Italy. This could be... We haven't seen a car driving on the road to tell us that we're not in Britain. I doubt we're in Britain, but you never know. Okay, that looks... There's what looks like a sign. Or is that just a bench? Again. That looks like it could say gratuit. Sorry for my terrible French. It's been a while since I've spoken French to anyone. But this could indeed be the south of France. I could be wrong though. I really want something. Okay, we're driving on the right. I'm getting big. This is the sort of place where someone would buy a house and it would be on sort of a place in the sun or Grand Designs type thing. Així. Ooh, is that Spanish or Catalan? Or am I forgetting French that bad that they're all blending into one? I couldn't get a good angle on that sign, unfortunately. I think we should always end our Sunday streams with a little bit of GeoGuessr. Sort of calm us down after a stressful time with Pokemon. It wasn't particularly stressful today, but it's going to get more stressful as we go along with that Nuzlocke. We're going to lose friends. We're going to... Is that a sign? It's only going to get worse. So we're heading north along this road. Hopefully towards a sign or anything that can sort of tell us where we are. I don't know if that has an EU thing on it. We could be in a non-EU country. We've been very Eurocentric on this stream so far. Every single one except for the Israel one has been in Europe, which is surprising. It doesn't mini-mark it. That's about the least helpful thing it could say. If there's a sign out here which is like, you have been in this town, thank you for visiting, that could be really helpful. It could give us some clues about the language they speak in this mysterious part of the world we found ourselves dropped in. Could be somewhere else. Could be anything to give us a clue. A flag would be ideal, but then flags can be tricksy. There's no guaranteeing that a flag will be of the country that... Is my window open? I don't think it's open. I just felt like a cold breeze. How ominous. We're in the countryside. These aren't really towns that are big enough to give us any clues. Looks like we're coming up with some road signs here. Is this Romania then? think we may be in Romania. Viana Juventi. We could potentially be in Moldova, but that's EU. Moldova is not in the EU. We are indeed in Romania. Congratulations to us. Ooh, look at this view by the beach, which means we'll get some beach signs. Looks English to me. New something, dolphin, something. So I think we're in New Zealand by the looks of that. I think that is Maori. That Ataharande ki nga on Aotearoa te. I can't see it all from there. We're English speaking, but also got indigenous language. I think New Zealand tends to be slightly better than Australia when it comes to that. Motorbikes and buggies prohibited on dunes. I could be wrong though. This could be Australia. It's one of the two though. Albany. Is there an Albany? But that sort of te that you see does appear a lot in Maori specifically. I don't know if it's something that you get in a lot of languages in Australasia, but we'll see. Something like a web address or a flag, massively helpful. But I think that we are in New Zealand. Okay, let's return to the start. Let's go up the hill now. The beach has given us some good clues. Rachel divorce. Just something that says we're in Kiwiland. We're in Australia. Could be a road sign up here that would be helpful. We're near Glinks Seaside Holiday Park. This is slightly grim. This sign could be more useful. Welcome to Glinks Gully. No, this is quite nice actually. Help protect our beach. Those signs which show which government it is are just slightly too blurred out. I have a feeling we're in New Zealand pure, as well as all the other stuff. It's a bit more hilly and green than what you'd necessarily expect from Australia, but I could be wrong. This could be in sort of the outer coast of Australia where it is a bit greener still. I don't know what the sort of how different road signs are on the two of them. This is there's a camping park. There's some road signs in some places here. Well, that's just saying we're on Red Hill Road. Glinks Gully is down there. Okay, that's as far up that way as we can go. I guess we'll go this way a little bit. I think New Zealand is a fairly safe bet. I just want to be sure. It would be nice to have quite a long streak if we can. Oh. Well, it would be cool to have a streak that we just keep going and that just extends throughout. So if we add on a couple at the end of each stream. That'd be a nice thing to have. See how long we can get this going. But we'll see. I think we're going to go in New Zealand. It is indeed New Zealand. Right up at the top. Next, we'll maybe do one or two more and then call it a day for this one. If we can get to 10, that's beating my old streak. So I'd be quite happy with that. Fábrica de Locos. Okay, we're in a Spanish-speaking part of the world. This could be Spain. It could be Latin America. That's the sort of next thing we have to work out. That's not particularly helpful. This giant speedometer we can see is certainly interesting. Does that say Puerto Alegre? Because Puerto Alegre... Oh, where's Puerto Alegre? The country code... I should learn country codes as well, that would be helpful. Campus. This is a uni bus. Urban transports. We are in the city. Should we head to the campus? That could be useful. So, again, if you have sort of any clues of where we are, feel free to chip in. Audience. We're in somewhere Spanish speaking is all we know so far. Well, they drive on the right. Could be Spain. Could be somewhere else. Haven't necessarily got this exactly down yet. We're following this because this leads us apparently to a campus of some kind. A Minas Mart. Or Mart Minas. 50 meters away from a crossing. It's not massively helpful. So what will be helpful is if we get some form of currency sign on an advert. Because that will inform us on where specifically we sort of are finding ourselves. Is that right? R dollars. So that's Latin America somewhere. Someone uses reals, maybe? San Pedro. Julio. Including Saturdays and Sundays. Are we in Brazil? Is this actually Brazil? And this is Portuguese that I'm reading like it's Spanish? Because that is .br. And I feel like that would be Brazil, not and they use the real, I'm pretty sure, in Brazil. I think this is Brazilian we're looking at, actually. Yeah. Let's go. Was indeed Brazil. We'll do 2 more if we can. Get up to 10 and then call it a day. Oh boy, this is somewhere. Where are we going with this? The Assembly of God. I think. Is that what that says? Is that Brazil again? Are we in a different bit of Brazil? Yeah, we're in Brazil again. I saw the real symbol. Okay, so if we get this one, this will be as good as my best streak. I can't tell what that is carved into there. No real clues on the cars. When we see another car driving, we're driving on the right hand side of the road. In the next couple of places. Spanish speaking again. Restaurante. Oh, we've entered the hell dimension. Okay. So. Oh, this is pretty. We're again in the Latin world. Where in the Latin world is a question that we will be answering. It says Rio. Is this 3 Brazils in a row? We'll know if we see an advertising thing that has reals on it. I think that's our best indicator, perhaps, of whether we're in Brazil. I hope we're not in Brazil again, because it would be a wee bit strange if we get 3 Brazils in a row. Electrotech, Automática Industrial, Loteria Tempo Grande. So we've got 2 different country codes there. If that's particularly useful. That doesn't have prices on it. That's fine. It's got E again. I think we may be in Brazil again, gamers. What is with the game today? It's just obsessed. 3 Brazils in a row. We'll do one or 2 more, and then we'll stop. This is the furthest. Are we in Austria? Is this a nice and easy Austria for us? We'll see. It looks quite European. Just at first glance, just this big river dividing a city in 2. But it could be. I mean, so am I French speaking? So now that takes us down to pretty much 3 places. We could be in France, we could be in Belgium, we could be in Switzerland. That makes that car look slightly strange. So all these signs, purely in French. Doesn't Bricorama is a classic French shop. I think. It's been a while since I've been to France, I'll be honest. Used to be there all the time. Une pièce en plus. Box and storage. This is Canada, is it? What? Are we in, like, French-speaking Canada? Is French-speaking Canada, like, completely devoid of... Is there not... I'll take your word for it, but... Also, hi, Andy. I mean, Boulogne-Bill Road is giving me Canada vibes, but this... Because Bologna is Italian. So it's giving me... the vibes. But at the same time, it could not be. Because we haven't seen any English. And I don't know how monolingual... yeah. There are Saint-Denis in France as well. I've heard of them in both. It's Picardy. Picardy is a region of France, and that's Euros. I think we're in France. If we're in Picardy, and it's starting at €9, that one. I'm not sure exactly. Also, I don't know if shops like Blocorama or whatever it was called exist in. Yeah, I've seen some shops as well that I think are European French. I think we're pretty safe to go France for this one. Was indeed in France. Oh, we were in Saint-Denis in the suburbs of Paris. We'll keep going for a couple more. I've been going for a while now and I need to be up early. But I'll do a couple more. This is the furthest we've ever made it into a streak. This... Are we back in Latin America? I'll move. Just yell at me to stop if you want me to stop. There is about 30-second stream delay, I think, but I can go back if you want me to stop. at any point. Ooh, is that the sea? Or am I misseeing? Okay, so this is a dead end. This is not useful to us at all. We'll keep going down here. Hope we find something vaguely useful. We found a sacrificial bin bags right there. Well, that's wonderful. Some of the sort of way the houses are built is giving me quite an alpine vibe. But not seeing any number plates which are European or EU at the very least. They're censored, but you can usually tell. Of course, I'm not sure if Switzerland does that, but ooh, could be in Iceland. This could be Norway or Iceland, maybe, or we could be far, far south Argentina. That sort of this color. We could be in sort of Terra del Fuego, maybe. I need some language, I think. That'll be the thing that sort of helps us here. Again, if anyone has any sort of guesses, feel free to share them. It's always helpful. If we're trapped in a tiny little area, that will not be ideal. I'm just going to try and get us into somewhere we can move a bit more. That's Spanish, I think. So where I'm thinking we are in the world at the moment is down here, which means we could be in Argentina or in Chile. One or the other. The question now is finding some way of differentiating which one. Either by finding maybe something that mentioned a specific place, if we are in, as I have a feeling, Tierra del Fuego, or by perhaps road signs, if anyone knows what these sort of signs look like in Chile and Argentina. Or indeed, I could be completely wrong. This could be somewhere else. I could be reading too far into it. My GeoGuessr is perhaps overly vibes-based. Oh, if we could get a better view on that, I bet that would have like a government department name on it. We'll do this one and maybe one more afterwards. I meant to end the stream about half an hour ago, but I've been really enjoying this streak. So we'll go on for tiny bit longer. Galicia, that's a end of the road. Just look at that. Look how pretty that is. If we are trapped, and this is all we've got to go on, this might be the end of the streak. Can we go there? Is going down there possible? No. Oh god, we're really trapped then. Okay. Oh, this was going so well and it's going to come down to random guesswork, I think. Because that just takes us back to there. Let's go down here. We haven't been down here yet and this could lead us out. Someone dressed up for the... It looks pretty cold. This doesn't look particularly warm. It looks like it snowed and it's actual is snowing in this shot. That's pretty cool. They're just some nice curtains. I thought for a second they could be flag like clues, but I don't think they are. So we've got mountains up there, which kind of confirm that I think we're in sort of the rugged south of Latin America. If we don't find a way out, I'm going to have to just make a... Oh god, I thought they'd hit a deer for a second, but that's the dog being taken to the weird dimension. Let's go up here. My initial sort of vibe is Argentina, but I'm not necessarily certain of how one would tell Argentina and Chile apart in this regard, except for really obvious things like if we can get a place name, or if we can get somewhere like a flag or a government department, like that could be enough to get us over the line. That being censored is about the worst possible thing it could be. This little box also censored, and I think this is an actual dead end. Unless there's a way up from here, I think we may be forced to make a guess. My guess is going to be Argentina, unless someone's seen something that suggests otherwise. I think we're in this part of the world. We could also be like in one of these towns down here, though, is the problem. And there's no real way of us, with the information we've got, of telling which one's which. We keep entering the hell dimension. It's not helpful for our sort of mission. Oh. They're just saying that children be sledding. The Barons be sledding. There's just no useful writing anywhere. I think this is going to be the end of this streak, I'll be honest. Have we been down there yet? I don't know if we've actually been down here. This might take us back to where we started off, but yeah, we've seen La Primulas. I feel like Chile may actually be a better guess. That's up back there. Okay. This is it. Let's go back to the start. Is there anything at all that can help us? This shop is... This shop had like currency on the front. Dolceta. But no. I don't know. There is anything to do but guess. We'll go down here one last time. And then we'll assume. Okay. You know what? I think we're in Chile. Fuck. I can't believe that. I cannot believe it was in Ushia. Oh. We had it so right until that last one. That streak of 3 Brazils was a fun one. Okay, so we're going to call this this stream at an end here. I'll be back on Wednesday, where we'll be playing something. I haven't fully decided yet. We might be playing The Art of Rally or something like that. We may be playing another indie game. It'll probably be another indie game of some kind. We'll see. Anyway, hope you've had a good time today. If you enjoy, follow. Check out some of my other stuff. That should be linked in various descriptions around. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my blog. I do a lot of writing on there. Yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks for chatting if you've been in the chat talking. And I'll end the stream now. Yeah.